Today we're going to be talking about Scorpionic Energy and how I have this energy and my life experience with it. So, recently I've been getting really into astrology, obviously to get to know myself more. And like when I started learning about the houses and stuff, because the thing about it is like people just look at the planets and the signs, but like astrology is like a whole world that you have to dive into. And I realized like the houses is like the energy behind the planet and the sign. And I feel like the houses make a bigger impact than the actual like sun sign and planet, because that is like the driving force of like the whole thing, you know. So when I started to like check the houses in my chart and realize what that was, everything made sense. I always knew that I had a lot of Scorpionic energy in me, you know, obviously. It just made a lot more sense. And I was just shook when I saw that. My sun is in the 8th house. My Mercury is in the 8th house. My Venus is in the 8th house. My Lilith is in the 8th house. And the 8th house is Scorpionic energy, basically. And my Jupiter's in Scorpio. And my midheaven's in Scorpio. And all of that just like shocked me. And this was like after I put in like my birth time, because the thing about my birth time was like before I had it like 1 hour before my actual birth time, because obviously like who fucking remembers that shit, you know what I mean? But I put it like 1 hour before in the past, and like my birth chart just didn't make sense. But it's like this time I got a download from God, and like I feel like God told me like my actual birth time. This time my chart really like that's the true me. You know what I mean? So Mercury, Sun, Venus, Lilith in the 8th house, and Jupiter in Scorpio, and my midheavens in Scorpio. And all of this stuff made sense. This is literally my life. You know, having all the Scorpionic energy in my chart, it makes complete total sense. That's literally the reason why I have this entire channel. That's why I'm obsessed with talking about sex, death, rebirth, life, spirituality, all at the same time. This is why people tell me their fucking secrets. Like, I could know somebody for literally hours, and they're already divulging their fucking life secrets to me, their sexual life to me, and I rarely even know this person. You know, and like that's the power of Scorpionic energy. I just know like the deepest part of people, and my favorite part about that is that I know all this information, and I feel like a vault of secrets, right? I can meet somebody within hours and they're already telling me their fucking sex life and their deepest, darkest fucking secrets. And, you know, people get really intimate with me in that way. And it's just something about my energy that just brings out the secrets in people. And I've had people in the past just block me out of nowhere and like run away out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And that's because like they feel my energy. My energy is going to bring out the truth. And that is the Scorpionic energy. Like, if you want to talk to me, we have to go deep. You have to tell me your secrets. I'm not going to be your friend if you're closed up. No. If you talk to me, we're going to go fucking deep. Okay? And like, you're going to tell me your fucking secrets. Okay? My favorite thing to do with all this Scorpionic energy is to learn about people's secrets. And it's like, they tell you, like, my energy, like, I have seen that it makes people unfucking comfortable, okay? And it's either they admit it, it's like, I already know, most of the times, if you have all these Scorpio placements, you can read people like a fucking book. You know what I mean? That's why people are so afraid of people with strong 8th house stelliums and Jupiter in Scorpio and midheavens in Scorpio. Like, that's like really prominent Scorpio placements, you know? So, with all the Scorpionic energy, people are just gonna open up to you. People are gonna see you as a person that they can divulge their secrets in, and that's not normal. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't really met anybody else in my life that's been like, oh yeah, like I met somebody and within hours they told me their fucking sex life secrets and oh, their deepest shit. Not really. You know what I mean? That shit always happens to me. You know, but it's like my Scorpionic energy is just gonna dig deep. And it's gonna dig so deep inside of you, inside of your fucking soul. And you're gonna tell me your sex life, your heartbreak, your emotional, you know, everything, like your orgasmic life. You know what I mean? How many people you slept with? What are your fucking kinks? Like, what do you love to do in bed? You know, do you love oral sex? Like, do you have you ever felt suicidal? Have you ever been depressed? Do you have any mental issues? You know what I mean? All of this shit, we're gonna also talk about fucking black magic. That's Scorpionic energy, babe. Like, if you want to have a conversation with me, baby, your secrets are gonna come out. This is no wonder why men run away from me. Why I have an indifference relationship to men. Because I can see through them. You know what I mean? I can see through them. I can study somebody like a fucking book. And I'm not gonna lie. I have a side of me that's Joe Goldberg. Yeah, I'm gonna find out everything about you. Yeah, you know what I mean? I've been a little bit of a stalker in the past. You know what I mean? And now that we're on this topic, you know, when I was in middle school, I used to catfish boys from my school and get their dick pics. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's fucking bad, but like, now that we're on topic, you know? And that's something that like I never really told people. So, you know, that's like Scorpionic energy. It's like full of secrets. And the thing about it is, in every conversation, these people tell me their secrets more than I have. Like, the type of shit that I share with them is like 5%. They're divulging their whole life story to me. And they haven't even realized, like, I haven't even done the same. You know what I mean? So I know, like, when people run away from me, when, like, especially men, when they block me out of nowhere, it's because they're like, oh my God, what the fuck? Because they already feel you're already falling under my submission, babe. What you don't realize is that you already fell into the trap and you're trying to run away. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of Scorpio energy. Like, it's like our energy seduces people. When you have strong 8th house placements, like, you're just seducing people on a regular without even noticing it. And also, like, you're gonna make people uncomfortable with this. You can see through people. Most people can't even make eye contact with me, you know? And it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like I can manipulate people to get what I want. And obviously, this could be for good and bad, okay? I don't think I use mine for bad, but I'm not gonna lie. I always get my way. And even if I don't, it's like I always get my way in satisfaction and knowing that you will eventually suffer. Oops. That's the dark part. You know what I mean? It's like, even if I don't get my way, I get the satisfaction that you're suffering. You know, and internally too, which is even worse. This is so scary and dark, you know, but I just know a lot of things. I have a lot of information. That's why I have this YouTube channel. What have I not talked about on this YouTube channel? I talked about fucking suicide, death, orgasm, rebirth, life, spirituality, souls. Like, what have I not talked about on this fucking YouTube channel? You know what I mean? This just shows my Scorpionic energy. You know, it all makes sense. But yeah, like, it's just, I know a lot of shit. I know way more shit than you think. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of shit, okay? That's all we have to say. The thing about Scorpionic energy is that you guys think that you know a person with strong 8th house placements, 8th house stellium, Jupiter in Scorpio, midheaven in Scorpio, whatever. You think that you know a Scorpio person, but like you don't. Even the person that has friends, like I think even my friends don't even know who I am. The people that I engage with don't even know who I am at a deeper level. There's always some secret. You know, the thing about Scorpio energy, like, there's going to be things about you that nobody even knows. You know what I mean? The things that a person with a lot of Scorpionic energy shows on the outside, it doesn't even come close to who they actually are. Like, y'all think that my YouTube channel is fucking crazy and that I say crazy shit on here, my social media presence. Baby, that's not even the tip of the iceberg. That's not even the tip of the iceberg. I'm an extremely deep person. I have thousands, millions of layers yet to uncover to the fucking world. If I even do that. I'm scratching the surface. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot. You know? And I feel like also when you have like strong Scorpio placements, for some reason, like, people will sexualize everything that you do. And that's why now I am voluntarily sexualizing myself. Because people already are going to do that when you have strong Scorpio placements. You could be doing like mundane shit, like eating, singing. People are just going to like feel a sexual energy behind that. And I've noticed that because like I was listening to one of my favorite artists, and I was listening to her song, and her in that song, like, she's literally singing about like her hardship and shit, but there in her voice she's like low-key moaning. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I check her chart, and she has like, her moon is in Scorpio, her Mercury's in Scorpio, and her Venus is in Scorpio, and like she has like all this crazy like Scorpio energy. And I'm like, okay, this makes sense. If you have strong Scorpio placements, you just have to be ready. Like, people are gonna sexualize you. Like, so that's why like I've been involuntarily doing that, because honestly at this point, like, what people don't understand is that people already sexualize you. So just sexualize yourself and own it and have power in it. And, like, that's the Lilith energy. Like, you know, Lilith was casted out from the Garden of Eve because, you know what I mean? She was proud to embrace her sexuality. And I just feel like in this modern time, like, women have been shunned by their sexuality. Not just because it's societally wrong or whatever, but also because, like, if women knew the power that they had when they accept their sexuality, like, it's extremely powerful for us, you know? Like, so a man cannot use that against you, like, oh, I'm sexualizing you. Good, I hope, you know? I hope that, you know, your dick rocks up when you fucking look at me, nigga. Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking Lilith energy. So, you know, it's like not being afraid of people perceiving you sexually, and then like that intimidates people, you know? So, but then at the same time too, this is Scorpionic energy. So it's like, like for me personally, like, yes, I have posted like, you know, sexy stuff, but I haven't really put everything out there, love. You know what I mean? Like, I have put a lot of things out. But like, not really. You know what I mean? Like, Now thinking about it, that's literally Scorpio energy though. Like Scorpio's just gonna give you enough. You know what I mean? Like Scorpio isn't gonna give you everything all at once, love. Like we're not gonna give you everything, okay? Like so I feel like even when a person with like strong Scorpio placements is being, sexual, like like they're not gonna give you all. You know what I mean? Like it's still some mystery behind their sexuality. So yeah, that's a beautiful part about like Scorpionic energy. Like before I actually fixed my birth time, they said that like my midheaven was in Libra, and I was like, what the fuck, like. But then when I actually got like the actual birth time, I got midheaven in Scorpio. This makes sense. This is my life purpose, to spread truth, spread knowledge, and you know what? Show it to the world and expose the truth about everything. And we're going to talk about everything all at once. There is no bounds to the type of information that I learn and share. You know what I mean? And like, especially for Scorpio, we're going to learn the deep hidden meanings about sex. You know what I mean? And it's really funny. Like when you walk into my room and you see my fucking bookshelf, the book that's right in the middle is Sacred Sexuality. And then the Bible and my Kundalini books are right on top of it. And then at the bottom you have a vegan recipe book, and then you have Egyptology at the end, and then you have another book about fucking demons. What the fuck? That is, crazy. Like, but I'm just showing you, like people with these placements, you're just connected to sex, God, dreaming. We're just connected. You know what I mean? At a deeper level, like we're gonna expose the fucking truth. You know what I mean? Like the witches, the astrologers, the truth seekers, all of these people, the psychics, usually have fucking a lot of Scorpionic energy. We're gonna go deep, especially for me, like me having all that shit. Okay, having an 8th house stellium, Jupiter in Scorpio, and midheaven in Scorpio, baby. Like, I'm scratching the surface. You know what I mean? Like, I have a lot more shit to expose to the world. So, yeah. What else can you say about this? The thing about Scorpionic energy is a mystery, and being unpredictable. Nobody knows what my next move is. Not even me. So it's like you cannot even predict me. I'm unpredictable. You don't know what's coming next from me. You don't know what else I'm going to post. You don't know what else I'm going to do in my life. You don't know nothing. And I love it that way. Anyways, this was the end of me talking about Scorpionic energy. Bye.